Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Build a Real Zoo. Today we are building the camel ride at the Cleveland Zoo, and I had a real big amateur moment, and whenever I started recording this little, I guess it's where you would get on the camels, I didn't change the screen in Streamlabs, so it was on my stream starting soon screen for an hour and a half. But this is what the real camel path thingy looks like right there. So I was just kind of mimicking it, and I'm just so upset that I didn't do it and didn't record it properly, and I'll never do that again though, you know. Well, you live and you learn, and yeah, so I guess I definitely learned from this, and I'll never forget to do that again. But yeah, I'm actually at my dad's this week, so I'm in a room and you can hear the air vent going off, and this was the only room that I could get away from everyone and try and do this voiceover quickly, and so sorry the vent is in the background. Yeah, so I've really liked building fences. I don't know why, and I find it fun to build fences, so that's what I did here. And if you see, I flipped the fence, the poles that are going horizontal, because, and I think it was Halsley or Zoofluencer, one of those two mentioned, and I don't even think they realized it, they mentioned that the center point of certain objects sometimes isn't like the center for like these logs, these pieces of wood. It's actually on the end. So whenever I put those horizontal pieces on there and I put them like straight out from the vertical piece, if you saw, it wasn't going straight out. See how I can move it straight from the fence, and it's not going like at an angle, because that's what I ran into when I was working on the rhino's habitat. Every time I would like move the fence, it would go at an angle and I couldn't get it lined up properly. But I realized I just needed to flip the horizontal, why can I not think of the wood planks? I don't know why I can't think of words right now. But you just had to flip it so that it wasn't on the focal point of the horizontal ones, wasn't on the one post. I don't know why I can't talk today. So yeah, that's what I did there, and I was like, oh wow. So that makes things so much easier, and then you're not like frustrated because things aren't lining up exactly how you want. All you really have to do is just flip it, and it just worked. So that was that. So I didn't really have any reference photos for this. I just watched a video, some parent like recording their kid, and kind of got reference off of that. So these little posts right there are just so they can kind of guide the camels right where they want them to. And here, so when it comes to the terrain and the terrain paint, I wanted it to actually look like a camel ride, and they were going in circles around this one spot, but it just, they didn't want all this dirt and all that grass, so I ended up just changing it and making it more sand instead, and it turned out okay. I mean, I wasn't too thrilled with it, but it works. It does the job. So we're just adjusting the little fence here so that we can get it all good and dandy. So this little building I build later on. I don't finish it because I'll be working on most of that in another, probably the next video for next week. It's gonna be like a little petting zoo, so they can kind of go into this little area. I don't know what I'm gonna put in there, because we're working on the Australian Adventure, I think is what they call it at the Cleveland Zoo. So we're going to be working on the Australian Adventure area of the park now. So we are right next to the elephants on the left side of them. And nothing's going to be exactly like the map now, because when I first built the elephant's habitat, it was not, I didn't do it right. It was supposed to be more at a diagonal, and I put it straight along the side of the border, I guess, for what you can do in the zoo, the little zoo, Planet Zoo border or whatever. And so nothing's on this side is gonna be anywhere close to what it's supposed to be. But that's fine, you know, we're doing our best. But yeah, so this is just like their little sleepy area, little shade area. And most of the areas, at least in the zoo, the shade areas kind of all look the same, with the red roof and then the wood posts going down around on the sides there. And I mean, that's basically it. This build isn't really that exciting since the first part didn't get in there, and I was so bummed. And I didn't know what to put in the center of the habitat, so I kind of just did like little sand dunes, because I googled just pictures of camels and I just saw a ton of sand and sand dunes, so that's what we put there, just some sand dunes, and try to make it nice-ish. And of course the dirt circled the path that the camels would be taking, and added a few plants. So I wanted to make like a little oasis area so they can get water, because I don't like just putting like the water troughs. I like to add these little ponds. So that's what I did right here. I think that's a nice little area so that it breaks up all of the dirt and the mud, so it's not all just there. So that's that. And here's where I start on the little petting zoo area. So I do put a few staff buildings in here, but that's probably going to change. I don't really know what I want to do to the inside of this building just yet. I'll probably change it up once I start working on the actual petting zoo area. And I don't know what I should put in the petting zoo. If I should just like leave it empty, and then maybe later on down the road they'll add some type of Australian pack where guests can go into the habitat. I don't know. We'll see. I'll think about it, play around, see what I think. And so that's what I'm doing here, just kind of getting just the basics. So we got the mechanics, the machine shop, the keeper hut, and a staff area. And this hallway, I don't know, I feel like it's like so tiny. But then on this little gap area is, I guess, where the animals would go in the petting zoo whenever it's like shade time. I don't know. So that's basically what I got there. I'm just kind of working, seeing what I want to do with the roof, because it was a weird shaped building, and I definitely didn't do it how I feel like it should have been. I could have done better, and again, this was kind of just the layout, and I wanted to add something else to this video since the whole first part was non-existent. So that's what I was just trying to add something here. And yeah, it's not bad. We'll definitely add some details to this building when we go back and do the petting zoo area. So yeah, so here's just the door, and then I start working on a little ticket booth, because I was like, well, where are the people going to buy tickets for the little camel ride? So I put that over here, and it's just another way to get people to come over on this side. And I think it's just like an information booth, or like Hat's Fantastic. I don't really know what it was, but it's something over there. So that's what that was. You probably just hear the door. Yeah, again, there wasn't really a good spot to try and record this video, so I'll probably just end it right here, and you can enjoy the rest of the speed build and the cinematics. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on more videos to come, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye!